Okay, let's get into the day. I took a trade today. Pretty overwhelmed about today. Can't lie. I don't want to use the word stress, but today was overwhelming to say the least, and I'll tell you why. Let's just get into to the day. Um, I just need to get off the charts, man. I feel so overstimulated right now. But no news Monday today, so you know how that can go. We have a pretty big week ahead of us. NFP moved to this week on Wednesday, CPI on Friday. A lot of stuff. But let's go into the day, the trade. I guess P&L 440 on the live, and then 500 across three. And I know you guys see this tab. Bought some Lucid accounts yesterday, and they have a nice sale going on. So I was just like, let me take a leap of faith. Let me do I believe in myself? I believe in myself. Let me take this, this next step in order to get to where I want to be. So took that leap of faith and yeah, caught a winning trade today. But that's the main reason why it was overwhelming, because I was already trading on two different platforms, and then now put in Lucid. It's a lot. Obviously, I'm a need to invest into a trade copier. Um, that's the plan. That's the goal for me. But it's just kind of expensive. But I mean, got to think about it's an investment. So let's just get into the day, the trade, and whatnot. Coming into today, I was bullish. I'm gonna bring up my Notion. Let's go right here. I'm gonna read it. Bullish 4-hour IFVG, currently retracing to a bullish 4-hour gap, but that retrace down was caused by the market retracing into a 4-hour bearish gap and respecting it. Gonna be patient and see what market wants to do come market open. There's also some nice low resistance highs market could take out. So let's see what I was talking about. So I was on the 4-hour, seeing what happened during overnight and also Friday. So we invalidated this 4-hour gap, okay, and then now we're retracing. That's what I was marking out. And then, but also during that time we were in this 4-hour gap. So that's what I meant by, like, this retrace down was caused by us filling this 4-hour gap. So we just had to be. I mean, I was leaning bullish, but also it could be bearish. It's kind of the same deal going on ES. The 1-hour though, it looked during this time it looked pretty bearish. I mean, but higher time frames, so higher power. We're getting these nice placement to the upside, and that's why I was kind of bullish. So let's just go into the trade. So market open. I was not waiting for the macro, by the way. I just had it marked out. So market open completely took out these lows, which is honestly nice. We made a 5-minute SMT right here. NQ ended up taking out this London session low. Failed to do so on the NASDAQ or on the S&P. But we took out this hourly low. Nice. Okay. Created SMT. And after that, I was just looking for a retracement into equilibrium. We had no fair value gap, so yeah. But as you can see, market just kept pumping up, taking out this pre-market high. But I was still open to take a long if we were truly bullish and wanted to keep going higher. I mean, this is what I was talking about. These low resistance highs right here. Boom, boom. I should take that out for now. Boom, boom, boom. These relative equal highs. I think that was my TP. Yeah. And then this high, and then 4-hour gap, and then higher. I mean, look at all these low resistance lows. I mean highs. So that was the main thing I was talking about. So I was waiting, just waiting. We created a 5-minute gap right here. And I was just honestly looking for that continuation. And this is really just the liquidity sweep model, but we did eventually, like I said, take out that high relatively really quick before we even got the retracement, but I was still open for longs. So I mean, 5-minute gap gets tapped into. As you can see, it gets tapped in with this 845 candle. So if we go on the 1 minute and see what that is, it was this big candle. In real time, this was nice to see because I ideally want to see come down into 5-minute gap, break structure, and then look for entry model to go in my direction that I want to take the trade. So yeah, but we ended up just getting reaction. Really was contemplating if I should have entered right there, but I was like, nah, I mean, it's a nice reaction, but I don't like it. And also on the NASDAQ, we did not hit that 5-minute gap, which doesn't really matter too much to me, but I just kept that in my mind. I could have entered right here, but then, thank God I faded it, and this is exactly what I wanted to see. So at this point in time, I was honestly thinking about shorts because, I mean, we get a liquidity sweep and we close below this 5-minute gap. I'll just be looking for a 5-minute retrace into equilibrium or fair value gap. But we respected the 5-minute gap. Yeah, we're up here when the 5-minute gap closed, so did not have a 5-minute IVG. So I was like, okay, I'm still long. Also, it still could play out shorts. I mean, we get the retrace before the 5-minute IVG for the next 5 minutes. So yeah, but I was just waiting to see some sort of displacement, some sort of something that I can potentially go long. And we're just kind of chopping for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then eventually we got this nice displacement candle, breaking structure, and also invalidating this 1 minute. I was just waiting for this 1 minute to really get closed above and just nice displacement out of it. Saw that, I was like, I'm ready, I'm entering. Went in with 6 at first, realized I could risk a little bit more, and then I added 2 contracts close to my break even. So average fill was right here, stops right here where it was 300 exactly. If I lost the trade, would have lost 300. It's actually a little bit above this like low of the high candle, a blue candle I should say. But yeah, trade ended up playing out and it was nice. But my day was not over at that moment because kind of same deal with Alpha. Now I'm above 1500 in profit, so now I can trade more than 10 contracts. If I could trade how many contracts I wanted for this trade, I think it was 12. I think 12 was the, I can go right here. I think 12 was the contract size that I would have liked. Yeah, exactly. 450 to 500. I could really have done 13, but I can only have 10 contracts. So, and I was, like I learned from the past trades when this happened, I was thinking about taking it on NASDAQ, but dude, it was just too much going on. Trying to take it on my live, trying to take it on here, and trying to take it on Lucid. And Lucid doesn't have Platform X. You have to use Tradevate, and dude, if anybody knows, dude, Tradevate, like the actual platform where you can trade on, sucks, bro. It's got to be the, I'm gonna pull it up. This video might go over 10 minutes, but I think it's for a good reason. But it's just like horrible. The way it looks is just not user friendly in my opinion compared to Platform X. I mean, so just look at it, dude. Like, I was just having all types of problems. You can't really see how much you lose or make at a certain point like you can on TradingView. And I'm like, group trading these is just, oh. And I would have just done it on TradingView, the integration feature, but like it doesn't copy trade. It only goes to one account, whatever you're trading on, and just, so that's really annoying. But yeah, that's really it. What's gonna be. I'm so like drained. I forgot what I even was talking about. But yeah, it was just overwhelming. And I don't know if I can, well, you can definitely see the execution somewhere. There was more, but I'm not even gonna get into it for real. Just trying to get this over with. Yeah, I took it on the Lucids as well, but when I had like whenever had my take profit, it wasn't like the $1,500 mark, and yeah, I'm just really tired. I'm sorry, not tired, just drained. Um, and also I was like testing it out last night to make sure I was prepared for today, and I ended up that's a whole nother story, but I ended up being down like a 100, I think. Yeah, 100. So I was at like 50 or 49,900. And I mean that's not really important, but I was just saying. But yeah, I guess that's gonna wrap it up. I can finally risk over 51 or more than 10 minis. I mean 10 micros and two minis max. So it's definitely gonna be nice. But yeah. So the plan for this, I am not eligible for a payout right now because my best day is 835, and abiding by the 40% consistency rule, the minimum my account needs to be at is this amount in order to get a payout. So yeah, because right here, this is my best day, and yeah, I don't follow the consistency right now. So I mean, if I win my next trade and it's over, I just needed, what was it, 87, dude. 1,630 for my next trade to be eligible for some sort of payout. I need to make this much, but I'm not gonna think about that. Just gonna trade how I trade. Ideally, I want to have this account at 5,300, so that's about $1,400 away. And so I'm gonna have to do that in two trades because 40% of 3,000 is 1,200, and that's what I need left to get to that $3,000 mark is more than 1,200, which is 1,400. Oh, okay. I need to get off. So, who knows? I really don't have too much of a plan. If I'm eligible for the payout, the next trade I take, then if I feel like I want to, then I take a payout out. If I don't, and then I want to keep building it, then that's what I'll do. I really don't know. If I feel, like I want to take a payout, I'll take a payout. But we'll see, man. Just got to do what I need to do, and can't focus on the payouts. Can't focus on the P&L and the money. Just focus on the process, on getting there. How do I get to that point? Got to focus on the process. So that's what I'm going to tell myself and preach to myself. Just focus on the process. Don't delay the process by rushing it. And that's really it. I need to get off the charts. So, what's tomorrow? Okay. God bless.